Okay, another wet day. So, the little wedgie character has got clothes now. This is in fact something else I made. I made a scrunchy thing with elastic. So I quite enjoyed making that. It's just a simple thing to make. So I'm just gonna put it around him. He's not wedging anything into the cup holder now at the moment. Though I do have a cup. The cup is wedged in my coat. I've just had a wraps, and I've got some. They're not crisps. They're Doritos crisps. I wouldn't call Doritos crisps, but I often call Doritos crisps. They're not crisps, if you get what I mean. And I got this. Yeah, I went to Tesco's and they don't have Jimmy's coffee there, so they got this. But then this stuff, when you go other places, they only got the small ones and not the large ones, and this one's one of the larger ones. Oh, yeah, it's still got stomach pain. Oh, still got terrible stomach pain. Oh, there's a bin there. Oh, there's a bin that's blowing around in the. Don't mind me stopping across the road from the house. Yeah, the bin was banging, and right. The Dorito says, grab bag. It says, Boulder Crunch. Iconic taste. These are my favourite Doritos. The chili heat wave. They're brilliant. I haven't had them. Last time I had these was beginning of December last year, so it's the 5th of December now. It's the 5th of December at 14:01, and last time I had them was a year ago, because I remember I was going to give up my diet in December as a treat. I haven't been very good with my diet this year anyway, because my mother keeps buying me stuff. I was meant to go out with my brother today and go to pick up my mum's shoes, because my mum's got special made shoes for her deformed feet, and we were supposed to pick them up today, but mum had other things to do, and it's been like that all week. Should I try these? It doesn't smell the same as they used to, but admittedly I haven't had them for a year. But then my smell's been off because I've been unwell. Oh, it looks like different, doesn't it? Well, they're nice, but Boulder Crunch, iconic taste? No, I disagree. I think there's lower taste. They are crunchier, but there's lower taste. And they're only just crunchier. But the taste isn't as good as they used to be. They're nice, but I seem to have, I just got memories of them being better. It's really rough out there. It's really rough out in the sea. I'm worried about getting it too cold in here. I don't know what we're going to talk about today. I could get ChatGPT to come up with a random subject. They're sticking to my tooths more than they used to. It's a problem with having wonky, mismatched tooths. And everything just gets stuck in there. So, since I've been ill last week, I started keeping another sheet on one of my spreadsheets. And this sheet I've called Poop Diary. So I'm recording the poops you do, or I do. Because it may have some health benefit, because I record lots of things about myself and health, right, weight. I decided I'll add a poop diary. So when you sit down and you go to the phone, when you're doing your business, you go to Google Sheets, and then I'll just fill in an extra line. So date, time. I don't record colour or consistency or anything like that. I do have a notes. I do have satisfaction as well, which is a percentage, but I don't have to fill that in every time. And sometimes we're really unsatisfying poos, and sometimes they're really satisfying poos, and I estimate a percentage. I've just been doing that as just a thing in the back of my mind anyway. So now I'm going to be recording that in the spreadsheet. But I don't have to fill that in every time. In fact, I've only filled it in once on one entry, because when I was ill, I was struggling to go to the toilet because I was having stomach pains and things and so on. And I went like 36 hours, 3 times now without going to the toilet. And so, I'm going to record this. Hopefully we can see ourselves getting better. So I record date, time, location, Oh, this is the important information. Then I've got an extra columns for tallying up for the graphs to be proper. So I'm recording. So I got a graph showing you the number of times the days and the number of times per days, but averaged out so you can see days when it's missed. See the days when it's missed, you know, on a graph, on a line chart. And then with that you can work out poos per day, poos per week, poos per year. But I've also got another column for days between poops. I might it only doing days at the moment. I might get it to record times as well, so it has like the accurate time between each poops. And then I've got a single cell at the top that works out an average of the days between poops and time between poops, and it gives you an average figure. And I thought you can use this as a game, as a challenge, because I got to lose weight. I wonder if I could put off eating a little bit longer to extend the time between poops, and that can help me lose weight as like a little Sisyphean challenge to get that average higher and use it to lose weight. I might have to start the engine because it's getting a bit cold in here. Yes, I've got another spreadsheet, another table, another spreadsheet. Hurt Self Diary, and it's about things which punish myself, and I record the times between those events, and I work out the average with that, and I try to get the average higher. And I've been doing that since 2001, January 2001. I think it's January. I wonder if it's brightening up over there now because you get a little bit of lightness. You can't really see. The thing is, it's always overexposing the outside, the camera is. It seems to be getting a bit brighter, or a bit lighter anyway, not necessarily brighter. There's a lot of rain. Alright, so let's just talk about a random subject. Alright, I'm asking Gemini now. I'm making a talk video for YouTube. Please, could you give me a random subject to talk about? Hopefully you can try and have some stories. You know, people like stories. Right? But I don't have a huge amount of adventures. Maybe I do have adventures. The psychology of nostalgia. What is it? Define nostalgia. It is more than just a missing... Why does it feel good? Pop culture examples. Dark side. There's a point to longing for the past becomes unhealthy. It prevents us from living in the present. Wow. Nostalgia. Well, I did ask for a random subject. I guess that's a random subject. Nostalgia Nerd. It's a channel on YouTube, isn't it? Isn't the city they're in is Norwich? What is nostalgia, though? What is nostalgia? It is where we think about our past and places we've gone and things we had and things we did in the past. Okay. But, this has got a different thing. What do you do with that? No. Oh, the whole thing comes up. Okay. Did you have to shake this first? Swiss milk made with real Swiss. Can't see where it says shake. I'm sure the other ones had shake. Oh, it says, hang on. Same packaging, same chase. Okay. Right. Oh, it's nice, easy to drink. I can see it's got the air holes at the top. Well, that lip makes it easy to drink, doesn't it? It's got a flattened lip. That does make it easier to drink. Yeah, I'll put that there. The reason I ask what is nostalgia, because like I went on holiday for my second time 3 years ago. Well, it'll be 3 years March, and I look at the pictures of there every day, and I miss going there. I thought it was great. And is that nostalgia? It's me thinking just how good of a time I had and how good things were. And how much of an adventure it was, and how much I enjoyed myself. But can you get to nostalgia for things that weren't good? I need to think about this, and I need to think about this. Can you even hear me over the rain? Like, I don't have any nostalgia for bad jobs I had, and I don't have a huge amount of positive nostalgia about school. Like, when I think about schooling, primary school and comprehensive school, I just wish things were better. I wish I could have been from a better family. I wish I could have experienced more things, better things like the other people, rather than being from the poor family. So it's not positive. So when I think thinking back is not positive, it's negative. So I think nostalgia, where it's really thinking positively about things in the past. I noticed yesterday the house that I was forced to move out of in 2010 through no fault of my own. It was down to other people I was living with. I didn't want to move because I'd only moved 2006, 2010, 2012 and just going times I moved. Yeah, I was forced to move out in 2010 and I didn't want to move. I've got a lot of positive, and I miss that house, and that house yesterday I noticed is empty and it's going to go up for rent again. I couldn't afford it on my own. I couldn't do it. I need to find out how much that's going to be. Maybe I could go down High Street now and see how much it is. Almost time. It's only 2:30. Maybe I can see if it's in a window or something and see how much it is. The thing is, I can't really move out now because I got my cat and she's settled and she's had a difficult past, and stressing her is not something I want to do, and I don't want to put her through the stress of moving again. It's like if I moved in with my mother and I got this other house because we both liked it, then we'd have 2 cats. And I don't know how either of them would take to another cat, because my baby likes being on her own. She's not happy with other cats, not that happy with other cats to come to the door. And stressing her out, I don't want to stress her at all. I don't know, some decisions to make, but I can still look for the price. It's probably not cheaper anyway. So I've eaten my Doritos, I've eaten the wraps. It's calmed my stomach down. I have brioche rolls. I didn't buy these. Mum bought them for me. They're expensive Saint Pierre ones. They're not brioche rolls, they're pain au chocolat. Sweet and flaky with a smooth chocolate centre. 6 individually wrapped. Yeah, been listening to Cinnamon Bear. But he's Irish? But is he actually Irish or Northern Irish? So where exactly is Paddy O'Cinnamon from? Is he Northern Ireland or regular Ireland? I was looking at ferries to Ireland today. I was going to check Pembroke Dock to Rosslare, then I thought, well, let's try Northern Ireland, because I know it's going to be, I don't want to mess around with travelling internationally now. So, I've been to Ireland 1, 2, 3, 4 times? 4, 5 times? No, 4 times. 4 times I've been to Ireland. But it's always been like a few hours or a day trip or something. It's not actually to stay there. Well, I did. I stayed 1 night once. No, 2 nights, sorry. I stayed 2 nights, and that was in Rosslare, in the hostel in Rosslare. But I'd like to go to Northern Ireland and take the car so I could drive around. So I was looking at the prices, and I looked. You got the Birkenhead to Stena Line, because I could drive up to Birkenhead and then take you into Belfast. And and then I got the car, and I can drive around Northern Ireland. Yeah, I can go to Derry and Coleraine and Garavar places. I could do that. That'd be good, wouldn't it? Yeah, I looked at the prices. The most expensive price they had was £210. That's not too bad, I guess. And that's a return as well. I think it was a return. and that was the highest premium. If I go for an economy, I think I'd rather go for not the premium. You got the economy, and what's the one in the middle, like the flexi, in case you miss a crossing or something, or you get too late or too early or something. You can change it. So I'd rather have the middle flexi pass. I think the most expensive I saw was 210. That's okay. That's okay. We could do that. We can do that. But then we're supposed to be talking about nostalgia. You got nostalgia from when I went to Ireland for the first time. When I ran away to Ireland and I went for those 2 nights in the hostel, I took all the money I had, which was only about £120, I think that was it. And I got a day trip into Wexford. All that. So I've been to Wexford twice. Yeah, I've been to Wexford twice. I've got to do my nose again. There's a problem with getting over illness. You just got to keep doing your nose. It's all coming out thick. I'm running out of hankies. It'd be a great holiday. It would be a great holiday, wouldn't it? A great holiday. Drive from here to Birkenhead, go on a ferry to Belfast. You could drive around the coast. I'd have to maybe spend a night in Belfast, because I don't know how long it's going to take to go. We'd sleep on the ferry, and then just carry on north. And see where we get to. I'll have to work out the times. Maybe I'll have to find hostels and bed and breakfasts and things, and maybe just get a list of places I can phone up. Just get a list of places, and then I can phone them up when I'm approaching them. I can get there in a few hours, just so I can sleep. But it's adventure holidays like that build the nostalgia, because you're doing something good, you're doing something fun. It's like, I have nostalgia for a lot of holidays I've been on. Because I didn't go on that many holidays when I was younger, at least not like other people. Not other people, and you always went on much bigger and better holidays than I did. And they're all wealthier than I was. Wealthier families. But I don't have a huge amount of nostalgia for my childhood, because I had a lot of difficult things happen in my childhood. A lot of very difficult things. But I miss having an independent house. I miss going on day trips with my... We didn't go that many day trips with the family, with just Dad and Mum. I mean, this is why I want a car. This is why I want a bigger, better car. This is what I was going to do before my life got trashed this time. I was going to buy a bigger car. I'd even went out and saw bigger cars and had test drives. And of course my house got destroyed, and I want to take my parents out on day trips and things, and stuff that we never really got to do when I was younger. I'm trying to look for that nostalgia feeling again. Like some of I think I've talked about before, the best trips ever have been, like, for many years, my best memory was being taken into Cardiff by my mother. My mother just had one of the things where she took all the money out and then just took me out of school, and we just went on an adventure in Cardiff. And then I felt I repaid that by bettering that when in 2017 my mother and I, we went on a holiday to North Wales. We went twice to North Wales on a holiday. My little car stacked up with stuff in the back, struggling to get out over the mountain. Mum and I, we went on a great adventure. I got lots of pictures of Mum doing. Mum, that was the happiest I've ever seen my mother. That was the happiest I ever seen my mother. On that day trip, in March. No, yeah, we went in March and we went again in September. In March, when we went to North Wales. It was the happiest I ever seen my mother. 2017. See, my father just doesn't appreciate those. I think he'd like it, but he wouldn't show any appreciation or happiness. But he would like it. He would like to go places. It's getting cold again in here. It's getting cold again. I got stuff stuck in my tooth. I need to get my teeth done, but that's going to cost. It's going to cost thousands. It's going to cost thousands. I'll talk about that another time. Not right now. See, my grandmother. I want to take my grandmother places, but I don't have the money. life just hasn't gone the way I wanted it to go. Like I was talking in one of the previous videos recently, last few weeks, about, you know, taking action to better yourself and doing things and not dawdling. But that's all I'm doing with some of my projects. I'm going to turn the engine on a bit more once this Kia goes by. Thing is, I get lost in that. I mean, I got my old pictures and I've lost a lot of pictures. Because one of my default tabs is Flickr, and I got my pictures of my trips away. And I think about it every single day. I'll go through the pictures and just look at them. I can remember what I was feeling, what I was looking at, where I was, the exact location. I want more adventures like that. So rather than holding me back, I think it's encouraging me to get up and do things and go on more adventures. So what is holding me back from doing more of my projects? Why am I not writing certain letters? Why am I not trying harder to better myself? I got depression, and depression is also constant thoughts and constant voices telling me you're too stupid, you're worthless, you're not good enough. And that's something that used to happen to me. I used to feel like this physical head shouting at me right by here, right over my shoulder. It used to be there, and I couldn't get rid of it. I used to feel that, and I was just screaming because I couldn't get rid of it. Thoughts, it's like someone was physically there shouting at me. That's why I hate being micromanaged. I hate being micromanaged, not allowed the freedom to work independently, because that's what it feels like. I want more adventures. This nostalgia thing. I want more adventures, and I've got to get myself to have more adventures. But I'm worried because I don't have the money. I don't have the resources. Don't have the car that's any good. I mean, I've been planning day trips all around the world. Well, at least the United States and the UK. I've been planning day trips, and to have adventures, things I should have done already. But you know, my life just got trashed again. I'm sick. I don't want my life to be destroyed ever again. I don't want my life to be destroyed ever again. I want to have a platform where I can start building myself up. But every time I start building myself up, something else destroys my life. I guess this is what's holding me back, because I'm scared to take any action to better myself, to start building myself up again, because sending these letters to companies and organisations I want to send. That's my thing I got to do at the moment. Because I know from experience that everything I do is going to it's just going to fail. That's my experience. I need to keep trying. I need to get up and keep trying. Then I got someone in my heart who's always there. A dream to work towards. And I want to take her on day trips. This is really easy to drink. It's sweet, and I'm sure this is sweeter than it used to be. You can't take the lid off, can you? No, I think the lid is sealed. Maybe that's why they stopped doing this style cup, because they were changing the design. Maybe. Well, it says shake well and enjoy cold. It's a bit late now, isn't it? It's in tiny writing there. Shake well. It's in tiny writing. But the jimmies you don't have to shake. Right. Gotta try and remember how to do the scrunchies. I've got to get some elastic so I can make this myself. One of these. It's really cute. It's really cute. I miss having long hair. But I won't be using this as hair. I'm just using it as a sewing experiment. I could send her it, couldn't I? I could send her one. Do you think she'd want one? I have actually piles of different pink fabric there that I purposely made. So, purposely got hold of. Just in case I had the opportunity of making her something, because she likes pink. I could do that, yeah. Well, what time does Hobbycraft close? I can go and get some elastic. Actually, I could go to the sewing shop. There's an independent sewing shop I quite like, and they're open tomorrow morning. I could go there tomorrow morning and get some elastic. There's something else I needed. I do have a shopping list. I haven't opened my brioche rolls. Brioche rolls, pain au chocolat. Yeah, I could give her a scrunchie. But then the problem is, and there was that post on Reddit not so long ago about don't give women gifts because they don't like it, because they automatically think that they're being pushed into giving something in return. But how do I show that that's not the case? But then, like I said in the last video, it's going to be just me. I just want to get to know her better. Maybe that's what I want in return. But if I physically made her something, I know that I would want to give it to her. Give her a little gift, like I made my brother a little aeroplane, and I made my Australian friend a kangaroo, and I made my sister a tetrahedron with a name on it. I was thinking about making my dad a football, because he quite likes footballs. And he's cutting out lots of pentagons and hexagons. I don't have black fabric. I've got other fabric. I can just use a different colour. I don't know. I will give you some thought. But then, given these gifts, that's going back to taking risks. Taking risks to better yourself. Coast Guard helicopter is going over. So the Coast Guard helicopter, that's for picking up people who have overstepped the mark on taking risks, isn't it? I didn't measure how long this was, because I was just given a sample piece of fabric. So I need to find out how long this is meant to be. I'm just going this nostalgia question, and it is say the dark side. Is there a point of where longing for the past becomes unhealthy and prevents us from living in the present? No, I don't think so, because you learn from your mistakes, and you learn from the positive experiences as well. And I want to work towards having more positive experiences. I want to go away again. It's like visiting the mining commemoration park in Tagawaita. There's another mining commemoration park, coal mining commemoration park, up near Sapporo, so I'd like to go to Sapporo. And that gives me encouragement to go there. For example, see, I could have made that into a story and talk about when I went to Tagawaita. That was a hell of a day trip. Yeah, I'm not doing stories today. I feel like going home. I've eaten all my stuff, well, except for the brioche rolls. I drank my coffee, so maybe another time. We're approaching an hour. Alright, time to go.